Hey fam, I love you and I miss you. So I just pulled a card, one of my little oracle cards, and it was called the Horse King. Basically all about allowing myself to jump on the Horse King's back, ask for help, and graciously allow myself to be carried to my destination. Let go of control and amazing things can happen for you. Now, I often talk to myself in my head, so that I just whip out the podcast and share it aloud. I truly am always the driver, physically and figuratively. Like literally, figuratively. I'm always driving. I like to drive. And I'm always driving my life. I'm driving the direction of my life because I do believe you have to create your life. However, one thing that I've been focusing on the past month being here in London without having a new job is letting go of control and taking my foot off the gas and stopping myself from pushing forward. I do think you need to create your reality in the sense, what does that reality look like for you? What would make you happy? What would excite you? Have a vision and then let it go. Where maybe you completely let go and you don't have a vision for yourself. That's fine too. I never really understood that concept before, but I'm beginning to understand it. And if you are pleased with just flowing through life, that's great. I very much have a vision. And a lot of my... I was going to say, I don't like to say anxiety or label it to be my own, but often when I feel sort of anxious about, in quotations, not being where I want to be, I really am where I want to be. I am exactly where I want to be. I'm always exactly where I want to be. I achieve literally everything I set my mind to. Like everything I've set out to do, I've achieved. And the things that I haven't achieved yet, I haven't failed at. I'm just not there yet. But sometimes you do need to let go a little bit. Where this card, it was saying, jump on the horse's back. You don't always need to be in control. Let go. And I thought, well, I don't really know what that looks like. Like, I don't know how to ask for help. Like, I really don't. I do everything, not completely on my own, obviously, but I'm a highly independent person. I just always have been naturally. I've just always, needed a glass. When I was 3 years old, I'd climb up on the counter and get it. Like, that's always been me. And I do think because of the environment that I grew up in, I was always empowered to do things on my own so that I can learn. Say, when I was young, rarely did my mom make lunch for me, and out of love, so that I would learn. And she said, I came home from school and I'd be like, Mom, how come you don't make me lunch? And then the next day I came home from school and I was like, Mom, nobody likes their lunch. And she's like, aren't you glad you make your own lunch so you like it every day? And I was like, yeah, thanks. Same for my homework. They never helped me. They kind of helped me with my homework, but they never did my homework. Like, my parents were not the parents who would do my projects for me. Absolutely not. If I was behind or I didn't have it done, I always had it done, but if I was procrastinating, I'd say tough luck, which I am so grateful for because the school that I went to had speeches when we were young. Well, the whole time actually. And some kids, their parents would write their speeches and then they'd win and they'd do a really good speech. But my parents never wrote my speech and I would have to write it, and it was so challenging. However, not to say look at me now, but look at me now. I write blogs. I wrote a book. Crazy enough, I have a podcast. I'm doing things with my own voice because they taught me to use my own voice and use the skills of writing and putting into words. It's kind of counterintuitive of doing things on your own, but that's the point, in that I don't really know how to sort of sit back, as some would say. I do try to be in the flow, but I very much direct the flow. So the past month, and I foresee the next few months, of me having a lot less control over my life, but for the best. And that's when the magic happens. So I have felt a little bit anxious in just this space. I'm really good at creating space for myself, but I almost don't have to now. Like, I've created so much space for myself. I almost forgot. Like, today I thought to myself, well, what did I do at home? Like, how come I was always busy and now I have so much time? And I thought, well, I wanted more time so that I could go inward and build, from the inside out and create a strong foundation for this future of mine, because I know it's going to be a lot and intense and beautiful and abundant. But you do need time to go inside and build and be uninterrupted and not disturbed. The point is, if you have time and space for yourself, enjoy it. Don't rush to the next step. You are exactly where you're meant to be. I truly believe that. I truly believe everything happens for a reason. Every tiny little thing happens for a reason. And you can equally believe that nothing matters and it doesn't happen and it's all a coincidence. Sure, go ahead. Like, we're probably both right. There's no right or wrong in the world. I just think at the end of the day, you feel a lot better about your circumstance if you believe that everything happens for a reason. And you are exactly where you're meant to be. Like today, I had, oh my God, such an amazing day. I went in these swimming pools with a group of random people, and it's winter in London. And I just met them through this man, Cold Punch Cam, had a little group and brought some people together. And I thought, wow, who knows how that's going to impact and influence my future. But I needed to be here for that to be a possibility. Where I've been going in the ocean for years by myself. And thankfully, gratefully, throughout COVID, I did have a little Sunday crew. And it was so nice to connect with people who wanted to do that. Where most people want to go party, which is just not me. It never has been me. Probably won't ever be me. I've tried it. And I'm good. I don't need to keep trying it. Have the courage to take time for yourself and be alone to figure out what feels good for you. I now confidently can stay home on a Friday and Saturday night, even in a new country. I did for a moment think, should I be out? I'm in London and it's Friday and Saturday night and I've been staying home. But no, because Saturday morning I spent going in the cold water with a group of random people, and then I did a podcast, and tomorrow morning I'm going to a new CrossFit gym. I'm more excited for the mornings than I am for the nights. It's almost 9 o'clock. Oh no, it's just past 9 p.m. and I'm ready for bed. And I just had these little, thoughts to myself, and I thought, well, I'll share it. It'll be a quick little message, but I just wanted to share it because people listen, which is pretty awesome. So you should do what feels good for you, but also resist the urge to do and to move forward. By allowing yourself to surrender and just be is still moving forward. And it could be moving forward in an exponential speed than if you were physically moving forward and doing things. That's why it's like, when I don't really know how to kind of move forward towards my goals, I meditate and I visualize on them, because I think, well, our minds are so powerful. And by visualizing this, that is doing the work. You don't understand. Our thoughts are vibrational frequencies. Maybe you do understand, and cheers to you. But the more you just, and don't spend all your time, obviously you got to live in the present and the reality, but 10 minutes a day, just, that's why I was kind of tired. I thought maybe I'll splurge and watch a movie. But then I thought, no, you know what? I'm going to splurge to make a new vision board, because my old vision board is not really, I was settling. I was was like, okay, I'm going to London, gonna do this and this and this. And I made a vision board according to that, where now I'm like, oh, the world is my oyster. I can go wherever, whenever. Finances will flow to me whenever I need them. They always do. It's always like I book a trip. I don't really have the money to book a trip, and then I book it, and then I still have paying for the exact price of the flight or whatever it was. And it's like, somehow I've been traveling the world this past year. No idea how I'm making money. Like, I am making money. I'm doing things, and I do work. But it just doesn't really feel like it, you know? Like, it does when I'm in it. Okay, that's a lie. It definitely feels like work sometimes. But say, reflecting on that past year, it feels like I've just been having a time. And now I'm excited to see. That was me sort of pushing for my life. Now I'm surrendering. And I'm sitting back. And I'm going to watch the show play in front of me. And allow myself to be carried on the magic carpet. Carried on this horse king. This white horse is back. It looks lovely. It's a nice little image here. I wish you could see it. It's an oracle deck called Wisdom of the Hidden Realities. My mother gave it to me. I think I actually gave it to her like 10 years ago. Anyways, it's a gift that keeps on giving. So no stress. Whatever you're doing, do it, don't do it. You know, have a vision, have that vision for yourself. And then just embrace the present moment. I've been very zen lately, and it feels so good. Try to bring yourself out of that anxiousness. You create it. Realistically, you are not running from a tiger. Our fight and flight is in your head. My mom would laugh at me all the time because she'd be like, all your stress, you're just, you just make it for yourself. All the things that I like create for myself, which, okay, I'll finish that thought. I'm the one creating stress for myself. However, if you do have the discipline to create those things for you to do, then you can do what you want to do and not do what other people do. It's the people who sit around on the weekends and watch TV all day. Those are people that have jobs, like, work for other people because they don't have the discipline to create things for themselves. It definitely is a lot of work. Like, if you're not at the stage that it's a full-time job, you're doing it on top of your full-time job. However, eventually your full-time job can become a part-time job. You can make your part-time job a full-time job. Then eventually just stop from the exterior, third-party jobs and do what you love, because it's totally possible. Kind of sound like a bit of nonsense at the end, so I'm going to say goodnight. But I love you so much. And know that you're exactly where you are meant to be. And I love you. I truly love your soul. And I hope you love your soul so much that you give yourself the space and the time that you need to be with yourself. Sweet dreams, angels.